So I noticed today that I've got a dent in this Pac-Man cabinet in the coin door. And I'm going to try an old school trick. I don't know if you can see it very well here, but it's kind of dented in right here. Okay, I'm going to try this old school trick to pop that dent out using a heat gun and some dry ice. Now, if you try this, do so at your own risk. I have not done this before. I don't know if it's going to work, but we're going to give it a shot. And then make sure you watch to the end of the video, because I'm going to show you something else that's cool you can do with your leftover dry ice that I also don't suggest you do at home, but I'm going to do it anyways. Okay, so the idea is that you're going to get the metal hot and cause it to expand and soften. And it's going to take a little bit. And then when you apply that dry ice, it's going to instantly freeze that metal, causing it to contract, and should hopefully pop that dent loose. But you got to get this thing really good and hot first. So it's going to take a minute or so. And then when you're handling the dry ice, you don't want to handle that with your bare hands. It will cause severe burning. I know that doesn't sound right. You're going to burn yourself with ice, but it does. Dry ice is not actually frozen as much as it is a chemical reaction. I don't remember the chemicals used to make dry ice, but when combined they create the freezing effect of dry ice. Well, it's getting warm. I had some tongs here I was going to use for the dry ice, and I don't know where I set them. So, I've got a towel behind me I can use to grab it. I would suggest a set of like heavy leather gloves, you don't want those cloth jersey gloves that you use for gardening. Alright, she's pretty warm. Let me grab my cloth and a chunk of my dry ice. And I'm just going to apply it there. It's sizzling. I don't think it's working. I don't know, maybe. The dent was pretty deep in there. It's still there, but it did improve. It did improve. So, if you repeat the process a few times, you could probably get it. Okay, so I promised you something cool. I'm going to take this dry ice and I'm going to drop it and submerge it into this warm water. Now, don't do this at home. And if you do, make sure you're in a ventilated area, because the reaction from this can dissipate the oxygen in the room and cause asphyxiation. And then that would be game over. And We don't want that to happen. So, check this. The warmer the water, the heavier the fog. And you can use a fan to kind of help spread it around. It's fogging up. And that was a pretty small piece. You could get dry ice a lot of the time at your local grocer. Maybe even like check with your ice cream places. Sometimes they'll get it in when they get delivery. Or just check Google and there's probably an ice house somewhere nearby that you can actually buy it from. It's typically sold by, I think it's by the pound, and a block of dry ice, if I remember right, it's like 10 pounds. I get the stuff from work, so it's been a long time since I had to buy dry ice. But that's really fogging up. See if you can hear it. It's got a bubbling sound. I would not stick my hand in there. But yeah. Throw that down in the arcade. Turn on the black lights. Create a cool little effect for your next party. But again, make sure you open up a window. Alright. Hey, thanks for watching, guys. I'm gonna get back to heating and cooling this coin door and see if we can get this dent to come the rest of the way out. Alright, see you in the next one. Real quick, I thought I'd check back, show you after about, probably 15 minutes of working on it. I found that doing it about an inch at a time, this had about, the dent was probably about 3 to 4 inches long. Doing it about an inch at a time and just kind of working your way back and forth over and over. Get that metal really good and hot, and then just hold that ice on. Again, do this at your own risk. Keep in mind, you might have plastic pieces inside. Your coin door, your mechs could be plastic. You know, there's switches down there that are plastic. Those probably got pretty warm, but it doesn't look like anything's right up against the door, so I think they're good. It's not completely out, but I'll tell you what, it's a lot less noticeable than it was. And, you know, you could damage your paint doing this. I planned on painting this coin door anyways when I go through this cabinet. So, again, hey, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.